Irina Sharma, the founder of Ekadaa Public Relations and health enthusiast, her story is nothing short of an inspiring superhero Hollywood movie. Or actually, it's even better. Irina was diagnosed with breast cancer last year. Her approach was not by the conventional methods of chemotherapy or tamoxifen, but rather with the belief that every being comes with its own intrinsic healing capability. We can activate the power of self-healing through natural means. To start with, Irina, I've known you for years now. You're such a dear friend of mine, and I've seen your journey. And I just want to begin by telling you that you inspire me. Every time I talk to you, I meet you and spend time with you.
Goes both ways, always. You know it, I rarely do interviews because I'm camera shy, but with you it's always just like chatting, and I'm going to learn so much out of this.
Same here, as I learn from you always. You are here today because I want to inspire all the women who are watching this show, because you have such an interesting journey that you've had and so many things to share. Just to start with, a little bit about yourself before we begin with all the good things and the challenges you've gone through.
47-year-old proud woman, born in Moscow, daughter of a diplomat, lived all over the world. I think we've all become global ambassadors. Belonging is always India, that'll be home. I've been here in Dubai for the last 20 years. Mm-hmm. I came for a weekend, the weekend's going on.
Oh, the weekend is still on, okay.
I followed love, love is gone, but the weekend remains. So, broadcaster for 22 years on radio, started the PR agency 13 years ago. It's still slugging along, and have just been a part of learning about health since I was 6 years old. Love sports, that's like breathing oxygen to me. Again, since 6, been in all kinds of sports. So in a nutshell, that's Irina Sharma.
And then the big C hit you.
The big C hit me last year. It was Thursday, 4:42 p.m. I got a call from Dr. Horia. But to go a little, few days before, I actually knew I had cancer.
How?
If I can, I was getting a pain here after one of my runs, and I was sitting with my partner, and I just said, it's very strange that I have pain, like a chesty, but not a chesty. My hand went right where the lump was. The minute I pressed it, there was this toxic thing would come in my mouth. Yeah, like my saliva has toxin. Then I would let go, I would touch it again. So, you know, when you're so involved with your body and you allow every aspect of your body to connect and let it speak for itself, I wasn't panicked. I just wanted to make sure and clarify it. Did an ultrasound, didn't look good, it had the roots, and it was quite clear. Moving forward, when I got the results, the official results, I went for a run. It was a worse dust storm that Thursday, March 12th in Dubai last year with my partner, and I didn't tell him. After the run I said, diagnosed with cancer. I just told those few people, made the plans, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I would like to do, and how can I make it happen? Simple. Went to Viva Meyer. He was the only doctor in the last 47 years that I've been to who's closed my file, Dr. Stossier, and said, so what do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? Not what you have to do. What do you want? And that's where I think some tears came in my eyes. Out of happiness, of appreciation, someone asking me.
And the understanding.
Yeah, of what do I want? It's still, you know, my waxed hair is coming out right now. So, and I told him this is what I'd like. I'd like to do it where I could even go without surgery. I had a feeling double mastectomy was a must. We spoke to the oncologist in Austria, who's a colleague of Dr. Stossier. We sat there, made a plan. They made me do infusions after infusions to pump up my immunity. And I got enough time, those 3 weeks, to just say, all right, what else do I want to do after this? So it was no surgery on full moon, no surgery at least 2 weeks after my period. And I just knew when my body is the strongest. So I wrote to Dr. Horia saying, I'm going ahead with double mastectomy, but this is my date. She said, no need to wait. She got it done. We got the infusions here from Austria. I got it done where I was on 24 hours infusions. Now again, there is no that you should or should not do chemo. Whatever you want to. So my whole thing was, this is what I want to do. Post-surgery, I continued Barbara. Energy healing, continued acupuncture, continued the infusions. I had 15 different bottles that I usually carry with me that I have to take 3 times a day. With my oncologist has put olive oil, especially the way he's brewed it, how I take echinacea, how I take everything to do with my immune system. The infusions during the surgery were important. That when you have anesthesia, that time your body falls on all levels. It becomes the weakest. That's the time that little cell might be wiggling around, comes out from where the cancer area and says, okay, I'm going to go sit somewhere else. And after a few years, I might wake up, or after 6 months. So to avoid that level of where the body falls to that level, keep it strong during surgery was my main target. Post-surgery, keep it strong.
So you did not go through chemotherapy. You've been a huge fan of Viva Meyer, and you introduced me to Viva Meyer, in fact. And we know that food can heal.
Yes.
Food is medicine. So a huge part of your healing is food.
Yes.
How have you gone about that?
Food has been a part more than 20 years. We slip and then we come back because we're not feeling well, and you know you've done something. So you learn. You learn from your mistakes. Food did change. I became more strict on the dairy side, on the soy side. More strict means once in a while I would cheat. Do I cheat now? I think of it, but I don't. I've strictly kept raw food off my menu after 4 o'clock, because I asked Dr. Stassi, what is that one thing you'd like me to do? Which was very difficult, because it's not one thing that he goes, if there's that one thing, no raw after food. You got to find it for yourself. And I found it that this raw food formula was working over the last 7 years going to Viva Meyer. So I applied it. I'm using it aggressively. Today I'm here because I feel responsible that maybe something I share makes a difference somewhere. Exactly. So I think that sense of responsibility has come, and every day I'm trying new things, so it's not one formula. But one thing I would say is keeping that rhythm. So 20 years ago I had a rhythm, waking up the same time, eating the same time, exercising. That has been a blessing in building the immune and the strength. So it's a rhythm. If there's one question asked, what made it happen for you? With all due respects of everyone's prayers and wishes, it's my will. Simple. It's my will to want to do it. Finished. Nothing else to it. And I think that's where it comes down to, those 4-letter words again. Everything has the 4 letters, so it's your will.
You started with the word can. So it's so similar, will and you can.
You can, 'cause I can. Like my nephew says, 'cause I can, so, and why can't you?
Are you cancer-free today?
Do I feel great? Absolutely. Did I feel great before the tumor was taken out? Absolutely. So I don't know how to answer that, to be honest or not. Time will show.
Time is showing.
Time is showing, and I hope in 10 years from now I'm on the show again talking to you and telling you about new developments, new learnings.
I always feel as women, we handle everything so beautifully when it comes to our families, our work life, everything else that comes with being a woman. But when it comes to our health, either we don't focus on it, or if something goes wrong, we are completely vulnerable. At times, we don't strategize the way you've done it. So what are the things you would like to tell my viewers to approach anything like this in a very practical manner?
I say something to my sisters, which for me is the sensible way to answer that question, is everything is about their children, family, and taking care of them. And I always say, guys, when are you going to spend time exercising? Taking a little me time, the 10 minutes, 15 minutes. There is no space for me to understand when someone says, I don't have the time. What does that mean? You make the time. You have the time to watch TV, you have the time to talk on the phone, you have the time to whatever all these people, everyone's doing these days, okay? With all due respect, balance it, prioritize it. Every day in 24 hours, we have the time to do whatever we want to. It comes back to the will. You can't force someone to exercise. There's help everywhere. Everyone can help you, but no one can force you to do something. People couldn't force me to take what I wanted to, you know? It's what I wanted to do. And I think that's a simple application to be applied in life. If you want to, you will do it. There's no excuse.
There are challenges. We all have challenges in different aspects of our lives. All we need to do is change the perspective and everything changes.
And everyone has this, but you are not married, or you don't have children, or I have this. You know what? Stop making those excuses. You have children, you wanted children, you wanted this, you wanted that life. Now, you want to have good health, you will have good health. The will, again, you will have it. So it comes back to that. You want something, go do it. No,
You want something, go do it.
Absolutely. Just
Thank
go
you.
do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think this was a very powerful interview, and I'm sure my viewers are inspired to know your story. Anything they want to know more about, I hope I can put you across to them.
Always. Always. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and the crew.